Good morning, guys, and Merry Christmas. It is not Christmas for me because, again, I am keeping Christmas Eve and Christmas Day private, and I don't want to record it because that's just how I feel. And I feel like those intimate moments don't need to be recorded. It's meant to spend time with your family and enjoy it and not have a camera out. But this morning I am having chocolate truffle for my coffee. The last door I opened for the 24th, it's actually mint mocha because I knew the ones on the back and I knew the ones that I had so far, and I knew that was the last one. This one's wanting attention. So I don't really like mint. So Ken, I actually made it this morning for Ken to drink. So he's drinking the last one. The advent calendar was so much fun to do. I'm definitely gonna, do something different. Maybe not coffee next year, but something different. But let's taste the chocolate truffle this morning. Tastes so good with the creamer. But this morning I'm gonna sit down and do some editing, do a few different other things, and then in a few hours I will sit down and we will have a chat about Vlogmas and next year and everything that I want to chat about before I leave you. So I'm going to relax this morning, drink my coffee, have some breakfast, and I will talk to you guys in a few hours for our sit down chat. So I came upstairs because Ken is downstairs watching TV and watching movies, and I'm up here with Bohannon. So I thought we'd just have a little chat about, the last year. Like, let's do like a 2023 recap, talking about Vlogmas and talking about what 2024 holds. Now, first I want to talk about Vlogmas because I didn't know how this was going to turn out because it was my first year during Vlogmas. I was pretty excited, and not gonna lie, I did have a few breakdowns throughout Vlogmas because I was overwhelmed and getting in my own head, and I stressed out, and then Ken helped to remind me that I'm just supposed to be having fun with it and I'm not supposed to be stressed. But overall, it was definitely an experience, and I am definitely glad that I did it this year. Would I do it next year? I'm not entirely sure. We would definitely have to see how I feel when next year comes around. I might do it differently by maybe just posting throughout December like I did last year, or doing maybe a Christmas shorts series. We'd have to see how I actually feel about it, but it was fun. It was fun, creating the videos. Was it stressful at times? Yeah, but I think it was definitely worth the experience to just give it a try, because I think we really should try different things in life to see if we're going to enjoy them or not. And then once we do it, we know if we would ever, do it again. So I definitely think I made a good choice trying Vlogmas, but we will see, what next year holds. I was looking back at my content for 2023 and just realized, like, obviously if you've been following since the beginning of the year and even from last year, a lot of my content was wedding content, and creating those videos were so much fun. And again, it's something that I can look back on, years from now and see all of the stuff that I put in for the wedding and the things that I did and just the process leading up to it. It was just so amazing. It was a one in a lifetime. Our wedding day was magical, and it was perfect just the way it was. Like, I couldn't have imagined the day going better than it did. Getting to spend time with my sister-in-law, creating invitations, and just doing things with her and spending the time with her and my sister for my bachelorette party, and the, you know, just everything that went into it was absolutely amazing. And I'm so happy that I got to capture all of that and really be able to share that with you guys too, because it was such a journey, and I am just grateful for it. And I am grateful that, again, that it turned out better than I would expected, and it was just an amazing year. Like, my top one thing that I'm so grateful for this year was like the wedding, and you know, being stressed at times, but being so excited to marry Ken and start this new life with him, and just seeing where the future goes. Something I noticed with myself is I got a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera too, just like recording things that I wanted to record and opening up and just being myself, like really just being more me. And I think like sometimes when you get in front of the camera, you're so nervous, but I think the more you do it and the more it just becomes like nothing, you're able just to be who you want to be. And you know, the people who follow you and they watch your videos want to watch you for you. They enjoy you just being yourself. And I don't think like I ever just want to put up a front of like somebody I'm not. I just always want to be myself and just like enjoy the process. That's something else that I realized, like I have really just enjoyed the process of vlogging and figuring it out, and you know, putting them together and figuring out editing and thumbnails. Like, it's just been so much fun, and I can't wait to see what 2024 holds for vlogs. Something else that, you know, happened this year was quitting working. Like, I imagined quitting working for so long, and then when it finally came, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, like I'm no longer working. And it felt weird at first, but I kind of have gotten to a rhythm, and I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to, you know, stay at home and have my significant other be able to work to support us. Part of the main reason we did it this way is because when we start having children, I will be a stay-at-home mom. So really I wouldn't be working anyways, and we talked about me getting a job, but I didn't want to get a job, be there for a few months, and then quit if I was to get pregnant, because I don't know how I'm going to be while pregnant, and I just don't want to put that stress on myself. But that was a big step for us, and I'm grateful just for the opportunity to do so. And that was just something that came up, and we jumped on it, and we're doing well. Something else too this year was hitting 100 subscribers. You guys, like I said in one of my videos before, like it might seem so small, but I am so grateful for, right now I'm at 104, the 104 subscribers who are subscribed, who watch my videos, who are supporting me. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. And like I said before in the last video, I talked about this when I showed you guys, like I think for me it's setting these small goals, and then when I achieve them and hit them, I'm just really excited. I could have been bummed out because I didn't hit 500 or 1,000 this year, but you have to start somewhere and grow. And for me, I was just so excited to hit 100. Like I told myself, I was so close. Like I finally got to 90, and then I was at 93, and I was so close. And I'm like, all I want to do by the end of 2023 is hit 100 subscribers. And when I did, my heart was so full, and I was so excited, and I can't wait again to see what the numbers go up to next year. And I think next year a goal for myself will just be hitting 200, because I just want to do a little bit at a time so I can be excited for those little tiny growths over time. Something else this year I did too was open up more about my mental health and really focusing on myself and doing what I needed to do for me. I am definitely bringing that into 2024 with sharing with you guys more, getting back into my podcasting about it, and really diving deep into mental health and what it means to me and what I think it could mean to other people and how to help other people who are going through it. And turning 30 this year, just like I said, I'm not going to be down about it. I'm here for it. I'm excited about it. Next year, my word for the year is thriving, because I just feel like turning 30 is my year to really step it up and get out of my comfort zone and do things that make me uncomfortable and pushing myself so I can see what I can achieve, and I'm just so excited for it. So let's talk about 2024 again, just really stepping into myself, really thriving, really making 30 like mean something. I'm just so excited about it. Something I was thinking about is going back to one video a week. I started doing by the end of the year, I think near the wedding, and then I think in October and in November I was starting to do 2 videos a week, and that mostly started because I had wedding content, but I'd really like to back down to 1 video a week, because I feel like I was trying to overwork myself that way, and I just don't want to do that in 2024. I really want to just be able to enjoy the process. So I think, if I ever get back to wanting to post 2 times a week and I feel comfortable doing that, I will. But I think I really just want to get back to doing, the podcasts on Wednesday, and then on Thursdays will be my vlog days like they were before. And it's really just focusing more on me, focusing on what makes me happy, what makes me feel joy, the things that just light a fire underneath me, kind of like getting back into podcasting. I stopped podcasting in June because we had a lot of stuff going on with the wedding, and I was stressing myself out a lot. So I'm reframing how I podcast. I'm definitely going to, start recording and batch episodes instead of stressing out and trying to record and then edit and get it out like that day or the next day. I think I was doing that a lot, and it was stressing me out really bad. So at the time when I took a step back from podcasting, it was because at that time too I wasn't taking care of myself mentally, and I really need to start focusing on me more. And that was the 6 months to now, for the end of this year and into next year. I'm really just going to focus on what I need, what brings me joy, what puts a fire underneath me, and just what makes me happy overall, and just what I want to do. And I love podcasting. Again, my podcast is all things mental health, and with really digging into mental health more next year and figuring out what I need and what might help other people, we'll definitely go back into podcasting. I've said it before, my podcast, I'm hoping in the future that one day it'll be more of me talking and interviewing people who want to share their stories, or to share stories of their loved ones that are no longer here, that they had to watch, deal with the mental health issues that they dealt with. And I did start doing interviews this year, and then obviously I stopped podcasting, but I think one of my big things is just getting out of my comfort zone, reaching out to more people, talking about it more, getting back more into creating content for Instagram and doing short form content for it. I want to create short-term content for like vlogs, and then also for mental health. I was doing really good, but that's another area that I was stressing myself out about. If I, made a schedule for myself and I didn't get it out on time, I would stress myself out. Like, I think the beginning of this year, I was trying to do too much, and I was trying to create a schedule that wasn't realistic for me, and I was never giving myself enough time to do what I needed to do to get this stuff done. I was just trying to, like, for shorts or the short term, like reels, short form content or Instagram, I was trying to do it the same day. And I think what's really going to help me is if I plan out and then I give myself time to do it. Like, You don't have to be perfect. Things will sometimes not go as planned, and sometimes you just have to roll with that. And I think that, like, I do want to set up a plan. Like I've always said, getting a planner, doing a schedule, and really focusing on certain things and certain days, and really setting up my life so it works in my favor instead of stressing myself out. Like, 2024 is the year of no stress. I'm not going to let it affect me. If I want to create content, I'm just going to allow myself to create it, and when it goes out, it goes out. And I think that's just what I need to do for me. I think a lot of us who create content, we stress ourselves out so much when we're trying to do something and it doesn't go the way we want it to go, and then we're like beating ourselves up for it, like, oh, that post should have went out the day I said it wanted to go out, or now I'm behind. But it's okay. Like, produce the content you want to produce and get it out whenever you have the time to get it out. Like, you can create a schedule, but sometimes it's not going to work, and just going with the flow and saying, you know what, it didn't go out this week, it'll go out next week. That's perfectly fine. That's what I'm going to do, and that's my goal for myself with, podcasting, vlogs, Instagram, the short tour for sure. Why am I having such a hard time saying that? Short form content. Like, I have a lot of ideas in my head that I want to do, but I just need to put in the effort and, the footing to do it. And I just need to get stuff out when I can get stuff out. Like I said, next year is a no stress year. I am not panicking about stuff. If I can't get a podcast episode out on time, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to do what I feel comfortable doing. I'm going to produce what I feel comfortable producing, and I just want to bring joy back to it. I think that's something that was a big thing, is like, I was stressing myself out so much about getting stuff out when I wanted to get it out, that the joy of doing it and creating it and producing it wasn't fun anymore. So, like, being so stressed out about Instagram, and then, when Reels and Shorts came out and you, like, had to keep up with the new things, and then trying to produce some of that stuff. And then also, like, my podcast episodes weren't getting out on time. And, like, I started to lose the joy I had in doing it. And when you start to lose the joy in doing something that you really like to do and you love to do, then it kind of is like, why am I doing this anymore? So that's why, like, these last 6 months, I kind of took a step back and I looked at everything, and I was like, if it's stressing me out so much and it's not bringing me joy, and the love I had for it I'm no longer feeling, then I need to reassess what brings me joy and what makes me happy, and figure out how I can still do that stuff without stressing myself out. And that's why I just told myself, if you want to create things, but get them out whenever you need to get them out on a timely manner, and that's it. Like, the people who like your stuff and like to follow you will still be there no matter when you post. And I think that's just very important. Like, if you need to take a step back, regroup, and then come back when you're ready. I am definitely ready to get back into podcasting. I have, things that I've written that I definitely have episodes for. Interviews and stuff I know will just start coming in eventually. And again, that's also just stepping out of your comfort zone. Instagram is something that I love to do too. I love writing, and I loved writing posts and everything. And I think I was getting in my own head about pictures, like what pictures need to go with this and stuff like that. And I think I just need to go with it, and sometimes, wing it. And I think that, in those moments, you could be the most creative. Like, when you think something isn't good, post it anyways, because there could be somebody else that thinks it's fantastic and absolutely loves it, and it could be your worst piece of content. So you just kind of have to do things and play around with things and figure out how things work for you, and that's what I'm doing in 2024. Another thing I want to get back into is writing books. I started writing a book last year, and then I got stressed out. Again, I think just writing a book, podcasting, Instagram, vlogs, creating short content, all together got mashed together. And then it was really stressing me out, just like trying to like do all these different things that I just like was burnt out and quit. And I really, like I said, want to get myself back into things and start slowly doing things and allowing myself that time to figure out when to do certain things and how, you know, my schedule and my planning is going to flow so it keeps flowing, that I am happy with, and it brings me joy and again lights a fire underneath me and can keep me going. And I think once I figure out that pattern, I will feel really, really good about it. Something else that I thought about too is taking, you know, breaks from social media. Breaks, you know, maybe once a month for a week. No social media, no podcast, no vlog, no nothing. And just really focusing on myself and reconnecting with myself and then coming back. Because I think when we just keep going, we hit a point where we get really burnt out, and then we're like, oh, I just don't want to do this anymore, and then you feel like you have to, and that's when you lose the love for the things that you love to used to do. So I think for me, it's either going to be a few days or a week or like a weekend. I have to figure out my planning. Of course, I'll let you guys know. But I think it's just important sometimes to take a step back, recenter with yourself, and then come back when you can be totally focused and totally on top of things. Something else too is just living a healthier lifestyle. I really want to get into eating somewhat healthier and definitely get into more like of an exercise routine. I kind of started really good with exercise routines and then I fell off, and now I'm doing like, I think I've told you guys, 30 minutes a day just walking, but kind of just getting myself into that routine again is something that I really, really want to do, because I do struggle with my body image and how I think about myself. And next year I want to share that more with you guys, because I don't think I've really ever talked about it. I think I've talked about it a few times, but I struggle a lot with it, and I want to be more open next year about who I really am and how I feel. And that is something that I would really love to share with you guys and be able to maybe connect with other people who feel the same way. I've struggled with my body image before I met my husband, and I've struggled with it the whole time I've been with him. He has always said and encouraged me and told me that I am beautiful the way I am. I just have to get that in my own head. And I really think next year is my year to really focus on self, you know, positivity for myself and for my body and for what it does and what it continues to do every day for me. And it's not going to be something that is going to just magically happen overnight. It's something I definitely need to work on, and that is something that is on my list that I am definitely working on next year, is also not working out to become skinnier, but working out because it's something that is going to be good for my mental health and just to make myself feel good. Like, I for a long time was working out just to hit being skinny, and I think that's just an unhealthy way to look at it. Like, you should want to work out just to, you know, take care of your body and to, you know, do it just because you enjoy it and not to do it as a punishment. And for a long time I was doing it as a punishment because I felt like I needed to create this image in my head of what I want to look like, and I don't want to do that. I definitely want to become stronger, and I definitely want to work out because I enjoy working out. Like, I feel good after I walk or I work out, but I don't want to continue doing that because I want to look a certain way. Like, if those results come, that's fine, but that's not how I want to look at it. I also want to, you know, have a healthier lifestyle because me and Ken in January and February are going to start trying to have our first baby. And, you know, I just want to be the healthiest that I can be for our child. And when we do get pregnant, I just want to have, you know, a good headspace and everything else for that as well. So That's why next year I'm just going to be really focusing on me, focusing on what I need to, be in the right mind space, be in the right physical space, to really be there to carry a child, because you don't want to be dealing with how you think about yourself and your body while you're trying to get pregnant, and your body's changing, so there's all that stuff that goes with it too. So I just want to really focus on my mental health, get myself in the right place, work out just to feel good from working out, and not to focus so much on how my body looks, and then really, focus on how I can incorporate, the way every single day I look at my body, and figure out a way to change that mindset, since I've had this mindset for so long. Like I said, all this stuff is not going to just magically happen overnight, but I think if I put plans in place to help me figure it out and help me go in the right direction, anything is possible. That's something in my head that I've always just kept repeating with anything that I've decided I wanted to do or wanted to try. Like, anything is possible. You just have to try to do it. If you do something and it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But you can at least try it and keep trying until you find that something that works. And I think that is the most amazing thing about life, is that anything is possible. You can create the life of your dreams. You just have to keep working towards it, and you just have to keep doing it. Like, if I never started podcasting, I wouldn't have 130 listens. If I didn't create a YouTube channel, I wouldn't have 104 subscribers. If you don't try things, then you will never know what your life will be if you just keep sitting back and living the life that you don't necessarily love, but you're just kind of going with the flow. And I think for everybody, like, whatever dream you have on your heart, you at least need to try to go for it, because you only have one life, and you're here to live your life to the fullest and do the things that make you happy. That was like, when I quit my job, I'm like, what am I going to do now? And I'm like, I've always loved to try to do content creating and become a content creator. And I think this next year, is going to be my year to really dive into that, figure out what it means to me, and put that into place. And I think there's just too many of us who's like, well, that's not for me, or it's too hard, or I don't have the right equipment, or the money, or the education, or whatever it is that we say to hold ourselves back. And I think for me, 2024 is the year of not holding myself back and going for the things that I think I can't go for. And I want to encourage you to do the same, because I'm the type of person, and I've also listened to Keisha Get Mary, her podcast, and she's someone who has highly inspired me. And she always says, like, you don't want to get to the end of whatever amount of days you have on this planet and sit back and say, gosh, I wish I would have done da 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 da. Like, I don't want to get to a point where I'm like 60, 70, 80-year-old sitting, hopefully around all my kids and my grandkids, and saying like, geez, I really wish I would have wrote that book. I really would have wished I would have written full on podcasting or content creating or whatever it is you have in your heart. Like, go out there and try. And if you fail, pick yourself up and try again. And live the life you want to live, and make your dreams come true. Because there's just something about it that makes you feel so good when you're trying, and when something is making you happy, and seeing your dreams come true. And for me, it's just living a life that I love, and really living and doing the things that I want to do, and pushing past those limited beliefs I have for myself. And I am truly excited for 2024. I am excited to create my goals and my vision board for next year. I'm excited to try to start a family with Ken. I'm excited to see how that journey is. I'm excited just to get back into podcasting and creating content and really diving into what a content creator is and what I can do. And it's just very exciting because anything is possible. The possibilities are limitless. And it's exciting for me now to think about it that on January 1st, I have a whole year to do whatever I want to do and figure it out. And then to think about the next year is a whole new year to do whatever I want to do and figure it out. Like, New Year's is your day to look and say, look, I have another 12 months to live out my dreams and to keep living the life I love, and nobody's going to stop me from doing it. And I think that is so exciting. Like I said, turning 30 has opened my eyes, and I am just so ready to thrive, and I'm so ready for 2024 and to see what happens and to see what it brings, and nothing is going to stop me. And that just really lights a fire underneath me and just makes me so happy. And I don't know what it is, but I put it in my mindset that, this is my year. 30 is my year. And I am going for whatever I want to go for. And I'm pretty excited about it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this chatty vlog. My last few vlogs have just definitely been chatty. I do also want to remind you guys that this is the last video you guys will see for the year. So just to remind you guys, I am taking the last week of December off. The last week of December is going to be more of my kind of planning and getting ready for the next year. I will not be posting anything, so I hope the last week of your guys' 2023 is amazing. I hope you guys have an amazing new year. I will talk to you guys again in 2024. I just looked back and realized I created 87 videos this year. 87 videos. And that's not even including my podcast episodes that I uploaded to YouTube this year. Like, that is just so crazy to me. Almost 100 videos I've created this year. And I'm excited to create more next year and to bring you guys along on my journey next year too. Vlogging has opened my eyes to just a whole different, way of creating content, and I have loved every step of it, and I'm just excited to keep doing it and keep growing and having you guys come along with me. So thank you so much for letting me chat with you. Thank you for coming along on my Vlogmas journey. Thank you to anybody who's been here since the beginning or the beginning of the year or the last few days. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait for 2024, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. So again, Merry Christmas. I hope you have an amazing holiday with your friends, with your family. Again, however you celebrate the holiday, I hope it is amazing, and I hope you get everything you want. And I hope your New Year's Eve is an amazing time, and you just get to enjoy and reflect on this year, no matter how it went. If you had a rough year, just think of yourself, 2024 is a new start. I'm not going to let what affected me in 2023 come with me in 2024. Like, whatever you need to leave in this year, leave in this year, and don't bring it into next year with you. Like, have a positive outlook. That's what I'm doing, and I just hope that the end of your year is good, and I hope 2024 is an amazing year for you guys. So again, Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you guys again in 2024. Bye, guys.